Hi, it's Tracy. So today I want to specifically drill down and talk more about your on site visits. I want to stress to you the importance of pre planning and slowing down. As marketers, you probably have 1,000 things on your plate that you need to do today. But what's most important is that you remember the reason that you are a marketing director, and that's to sell. You are a salesperson. And I know that if you're watching this, you may not like that word, but you know what? You should be proud of it. If it weren't for salespeople, nothing would happen. People want to buy, and they buy from people who sell. So you are a sales professional. So am I, and I'm very proud of that. But the more skills you have, the more successful you'll be at selling. Which means the more value you're providing, the better job you're doing at changing people's lives. Not everyone is good at selling. And it's those people, unfortunately, that give the rest of us a bad name. So today, what I want to talk to you about is your presentation skills. Being able to understand the value in slowing down and pre-planning visits once you have that appointment scheduled. I understand you cannot pre-plan walk-ins. However, there are things you can do, and we'll talk about that later, but not today. We need to keep this at 5 minutes. But today, what tours do you have coming in? Okay, this is who we're talking about. If you don't have any tours scheduled for today, I'd like to see you get on the phone for 1 hour, yes, 1 hour, as soon as you finish this podcast, because income producing activities should be your top priority. You should be spending about 90% of your time calling and seeing people. And if you're not, you need to sit down with your ED and talk about how you can get some things off your plate so you can do that. And then if you spend an hour on the phone today, I bet you can schedule 1 or 2 appointments. And remember, if they don't come to you, you can go to them and do home visits. So for those appointments coming today, what do you have planned? How do you expect to build the value so high that they will write you a check and commit to move to your property? If you are not pre-planning, do not expect to have a high conversion of visit to move in or visit deposits. You won't, because you're winging it. People who wing it have average conversion rates. If you want to have a 50% or higher conversion rate, which is double the industry average, you have to earn it. And you know what? It feels good when you earn success. So I want you to stop and right after this podcast, get your visit planning sheets out. If you have 3 scheduled tours today or 2 scheduled tours and 1 home visit, I want you to have 3 visit planning sheets. And I want you to look at your notes and reps, or you've got leads or whatever you're using, and take about 5 minutes and plan out your visit. What are their number 1 and 2 and 3 needs? Why did they come to you? And go beyond medical needs. You want to absolutely demonstrate on this visit how specifically you can meet their medical needs. But there are also emotional needs. And if you don't know what those are, then you did not dig down low enough. And if you didn't dig down, it's okay. Pick up the phone and call them while you're doing your visit planning and just tell them, I want a better plan for your visit and I had a few more questions. You're better to do that because you're more likely to get the deposit and earn the sale. So what are their number 1, 2 physical and emotional needs? And then what are you going to do on this visit to demonstrate you can meet those needs? Ideas being, what staff member could make the greatest impact? And you might not be used to actually engaging and utilizing staff. Maybe you just kind of introduce them in the hallway. Now you're going to start pre-planning, proactively calling, for example, food's very, very important to this person, your chef, and letting him know that someone's coming in who is very finicky about their food. They're very concerned. And then you're going to talk to the chef about how they can make impact on that visit. What maybe an idea might be for this person's lunch, how you can engage the wait staff to make the visit experience during lunch a phenomenal experience. And you might even call the son or daughter if you have their information and say, hey, what's your dad's favorite all-time food or dessert? And then have that ready. It'll be worth the extra effort. We want to slow down, work smart, not hard, so we can work less yet produce more. And your feeling of accomplishment and making a difference will be tenfold. So what staff members? Is it the activities person? The ED they need to be engaged with? Is it the nurse? Okay, so what staff? Then what resident? Do you have a resident that is like-minded? Maybe they're a former Army person. Is there another Army or military personnel person from the past that you can introduce them to? Were they a teacher? What other teachers do you have in your building? So what resident can make the greatest impact? And give them time alone. Don't sit there with them the whole time. Have confidence that they'll sell your building. So what staff, what resident? Is there anything that came up on the call that you can act on in the form of a one extra? Was there a small gift, an article that you can provide? What might make impact? Did they mention that they absolutely love candy? Or did they mention that, the mom's loves flowers and that she's always grown roses? So maybe you could pick up her favorite kind or color of rose, or if you know it's just a rose and you don't know more, grab a couple roses out of your garden if you have them. So these are the kind of things I'm talking about. The details are critical here. Love is in the details. Plan for your visits. Have fun. Fall in love with your job again. And you're in this job because you love people. And if you slow down and get to know people more, and then you act on what you learn and utilize that knowledge to plan for a great visit, guess what? You're going to get the deposit and the move-in. And if you don't get it today, it's okay. You'll get it next week, next month, because your competitors are not doing this. They're winging it. And remember, people are looking at 5, 6, 7 buildings today. The competition is tremendous. You have a savvy, educated buyer who's very price conscious. It doesn't mean you need to give discounts. It means you need to build the value in regards to the fee you're charging, and they will pay it. So plan for your visits for today. Get a jump start on tomorrow's visits, and let me know on my Facebook fan page, which is right there on my homepage, what you're doing on these visits and what's working for you. All right, go get them.